2 years ago, Nick and Leslie Valance and their sons left the safe Surrey suburbs and moved to Spain in the biggest challenge of their lives. They risked every penny they had to turn this old palace into a designer hotel and family home.
Have you got an emergency plan of action? If you don't open, have you got anything in place?
No.
The Valance family moved to Vélez, Malaga, near the Costa del Sol, a hillside town rich in historic charm with a traditional Spanish lifestyle. Despite being just 10 minutes' drive from the tourist hotspots on the coast, Nick and Leslie's business would be the only designer hotel in town. They gambled everything on this 400-year-old palace, and architect and designer George Clarke followed their progress.
Hi, Nick.
Hi there.
How are you doing?
Hi, George. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Leslie. How are you?
Fine.
So this is it?
This is it.
Do you want to come and have a look?
I'd love to have a look.
What shop are you here?
Wow. This is amazing. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
I know. But can you imagine, George, you arriving and it looks a bit, oh, this looks quite interesting, and then you come into this space and just sort of the hair on the back of my neck just went...
That's it, you just come down that tiny little street and then you walk into this and it's like a hidden dream.
Yeah, it is, like a little haven.
And I love courtyard buildings.
It's fantastic.
So stunning,
Yeah, I
aren't they?
know.
And this is a 400-year-old Andalusian palace.
Yes.
And it needs lots of love and affection to bring it back to life. It deserves it, doesn't it?
It does, and I think you're the people to do it. Perfect.
Surrounding the characterful courtyard were 20 rooms, which had been left untouched for the past 18 years.
It's such a fantastic Andalusian style of building, isn't it? Let's look at these doors.
I know.
Absolutely amazing.
Well, apparently these are made out of walnut and oak, and they were painted to hide the true value of them, so they didn't get nicked.
But beautiful detail on them, I love it.
It's in the cross on the door. Well, apparently this building was the Bishop's Palace. It was occupied by 300 years or so. Right. So it's got a huge history behind it, the whole building.
So is this a listed building?
This is a listed building.
So you've got to be very sensitive about part of this.
We do.
Behind the 400-year-old facade lay a 20-roomed palace that Nick and Leslie planned to convert into a family home and business. The family's living area was to be at the back with 3 bedrooms, including a master ensuite, an open-plan kitchen diner, and a magical walled patio. The remainder of the palace would be transformed into a stylish boutique hotel, surrounding the stunning central courtyard. There would be 8 ensuite bedrooms for guests, decorated with contemporary and traditional Moroccan furnishings. The showpiece was to be a luxury roof terrace with a spa pool and spectacular views across the historic town. Nick and Leslie had no experience of the hotel business, and while Nick was an architect, this was still a huge gamble.
It's stunning. It's beautiful, isn't it? But why did you give up the comfortable life in Surrey?
Well, it became a bit more uncomfortable. Unfortunately, we set the architectural business up in 1991. It was very successful for nearly 15 years. And unfortunately, for various reasons, it went bust, and we had to close it down. We had 2 years of, hell, really.
Very, very frightening experience.
It was frightening.
When you think everything around you could just be taken away. And it was very difficult. I remember one night I got so upset I could hardly breathe, and I said to myself, I'm never, ever going to let myself get in this state again. We've just got to get ourselves out of this. And a light had gone out as our life as we knew it. So we just had to turn that light back on.
And it was here in Spain.
Nick and Leslie had missed every deadline that they'd set, and they were 18 months behind schedule. It was now the start of the all-important summer season, and George returned to see if they were open for business.
Hello, how are you? Can I come in?
You're right.
This looks lovely, doesn't it?
I'm really pleased with it.
God, it's so light and bright compared to what it was like before. It's fantastic.
It's a huge difference, isn't it? One of our guest rooms.
Oh, it looks great, doesn't it? What a fantastic room!
I'm really pleased.
Well, we're just trying to keep everything as simple as possible.
Yeah.
I wanted to embrace that sort of Moroccan feel of the courtyard, and I wanted to mix it in with the contemporary that Nick and I really like.
I think it looks great.
It is actually looks better than I thought it would. You know, I've had it in my head for so long, and now it's, when I look at it, it's there, and it's been, oh, Nick, God, you're going to cry, Nick! Oh, no, you're not, are you? You're not, are you? Oh, my God, Nick.
You've done it, mate.
Oh, dear.
But they hadn't quite done it yet. Some of the hotel rooms were finished, and they looked absolutely stunning. But the only functioning bit of the hotel was the family's living quarters, and that wasn't making any money.
Wow. You've moved in.
Yeah,
It's
isn't it
brilliant.
What do you think?
Look at that.
Really, really pleased. Really pleased.
I know, it's so nice to have our own kitchen with our own things in it. It's just such an uplifting moment for us.
It's a cause of celebration. You're living in a 400-year-old palace
I know.
at last. That's what
Yeah,
you've always wanted.
Yeah, at last.
You can see the end to that now.
Yeah.
We're nearly there. We are nearly there.
It was a home, but not yet a business. And they had one more final setback, which meant the courtyard wasn't finished and the hotel couldn't open till the end of the summer.
As you know, we've got the swimming pool up on the roof, and we've had a survey done recently just to make sure that this wall can support it. And the outcome has been that we've got to put some steels inside the wall in order to support 8 tons of weight up on the roof.
I mean, it's such a shame, isn't it? Because you've got all that weight on that side of the building, which is basically where the collapse was, so it's the worst place for it to be, I suppose.
Come
Really,
back,
long
haunt
term,
us
it's great,
again,
but-
yeah.
The parts of the hotel that were finished looked fantastic. After an epic build, it's finally finished. When we last saw them, the main courtyard was still a building site. Now it's a magnificent centerpiece for the whole palace. They eventually opened last September, and we've come back to see if living and working in this 400-year-old building lives up to their dream.
I love it when I walk out of our house at the back of the building and I walk into that courtyard. I still think this is a fantastic space. When you come out, it's got a slight chill in the air in the morning, but then you can hear the birds and you look up and there's that blue sky.
Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
They missed out on the busy summer season, and they've only had a few guests so far. But even though they've never run a hotel before, Nick and Leslie are enjoying the challenge.
Sometimes I feel guilty because it doesn't feel like work. I think, oh my God, this is my job now. This is, so I love it. I think, sometimes I think Nick and we're born hoteliers.
I mean, basically, a typical day is the alarm goes off about 7:15, we get up. I go to the breakfast room. If it's in the winter, I put the heating on, put the coffee machine on, get the kettle underway, put the computer on,
You do everything, Nick.
check the emails. Leslie's still in bed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
And then go off down to the shop and go and get all the croissants and buy all the fresh fruits.
Let's not forget we came out here hoping we'd have a better standard of life, really, didn't we?
Yeah.
But we've got to have a big mortgage to pay back, so we have to really drive the business and get the occupancy level up to have a normal standard of life. And I find that a little bit scary, I've got to be honest.
The main reason behind this move abroad was to enjoy a stress-free lifestyle following the failure of Nick's architect practice in the UK.
We've got lots of different challenges, but I don't think it can ever be as bad as when we lost the business, because if this doesn't work out, then we'll take it in our stride and we'll do something else. I don't feel so afraid of life anymore. I mean, as long as we've got each other, I think we'll always be all right. God, it's a lovey-dovey.
In 2005, architect and designer George Clarke met Philippa and Jason Park, owners of this stunning French chateau.
Hi, Jason.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Philippa. How are you? What a fantastic house. Should we go and have a look?
Yeah.
The imposing 20-room Chateau de Charlie was built in 1839 and came with 2 huge farmhouses, stables and barns. It's a far cry from their previous homes in Aberdeen, Set in 25 acres of rolling countryside, it's situated near the small town of Bourges in the Loire Valley.
Oh, wow. This is just absolutely beautiful, isn't it? You must be thrilled with this.
Oh, I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, we saw the place the first time and walked in here, and I mean, that was it. It was just love at first sight.
It's absolutely wonderful. Should we go and have a look upstairs? Because this is just the most stunning staircase you could ever imagine. And this is where most of the work's going to be.
This is it, and the top floor is where pretty much most of my time was spent.
Yeah.
Taking on a property of this size would be no mean feat. Each floor was the size of 2 4-bedroom houses, with amazing 15-foot-high ceilings in the rooms. From the 170-year-old oak staircase to the original marble fireplaces, the chateau was filled with exquisite period features.
So you've got this fantastic building, these beautiful grounds. What do you plan to do here?
I want to set up a luxury B&B, you know, a piece of paradise for somebody from the UK, the Netherlands, anywhere in the world to come here and stop and have a luxury break.
The house is massive, so there are going to be great big rooms, lovely bathrooms.
A place where people will go, wow, I mean, you know, just remember it for the rest of their lives, you know.
Jason and Philippa sold their separate homes in Scotland, their cars, and used up all their savings to be able to afford the chateau's £600,000 price tag. The ground floor and all the period furniture was in good order, but the first floor required a total rebuild. They had 4 enormous bedrooms, each needing an ensuite bathroom. These would require new partition walls, plumbing, electrics, and high-end suites. And to complete the chateau's new first-floor layout, Jason and Philippa planned to create a luxurious sitting room for their guests to unwind in. In the chateau's grounds, they planned to build a swimming pool that would enable them to charge 5-star prices. With just 2 days left till their wedding, George returned to see if they had finished it in time.
Wow. Look at that. It's fantastic, isn't it?
Oh.
Welcome,
All right.
mate. Are you all right?
Yeah.
How are you?
George. Fine, thank you.
All ready for the guests?
Pretty much there now, yeah.
Just
Bit of a difference, eh?
This is brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. I mean, stunning curtains, beautiful coloured walls. The wallpaper's great. Looks like the perfect place that you'd want to stay in France.
I think so.
We think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Using their incredible eye for detail, Philippa and Jason totally transformed the first floor into an elegant living space, echoing the splendour of this early 19th century chateau.
We think we've created a house that, you know, anybody that walks in would be, you know, they'd be shocked and amazed and, you know, impressed.
It's nice to see it all come together and look so good together.
They'd not only created an upmarket B&B, they now had their dream home.
Yes, it was a beautiful house in the first place, but it didn't have any character, did it? It didn't have anything to it. Yeah, look at it now. You've brought this place to life.
Each of the 4 giant guest bedrooms were individually designed, using furniture that came with the house and some bought at local French antique markets. But most impressive was the transformation of this once derelict space into a luxurious ensuite bathroom, especially given the agony Jason had suffered along the way.
Wow. I mean, this is luxury. Super luxury. And Jason, just knocking through these walls was a mammoth task, wasn't it? I mean, the amount of work in here.
There was no waste system, there was no plumbing system, there was no electrics, there was no floors, there was no ceilings, there was no nothing.
And what I love about what you've done is you've positioned the bath perfectly so that when you're lying there, you look out the window.
Yeah,
and
you've
get
got
that
such
view.
a fabulous view out of there.
So come on then, I want to see more. What should we see next?
We'll take you through to the salon.
The salon?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds very French and very posh.
It is.
The couple managed to achieve all this with their budget of £65,000, but only because they did away with their plan to install a swimming pool in the grounds. Jason and Philippa hoped to build the pool as soon as possible, but since they hadn't done any marketing, money would be tight.
The house is actually quite expensive to run. It costs about £3,000 a month to run, what with the taxes, all the bills, the money that we need to repay on our loan. So it's a lot of money going out every month.
Yeah.
But you've had nothing coming in for some time, so you're under even more pressure now.
I could go back and do some more work, which is something that we might have to think about. But at the minute, we're trying not to think about that, but you know, that is something that I could do.
We can just about cope.
Until next year.
Cope going through winter again, as long as we only, you know, ration sort of a tin of beans a day.
Jason and Philippa were prepared to struggle financially in the hope that one day this labour of love would pay dividends. They created a luxurious B&B to be proud of. The sort of place guests would want to return to, time and time again. It's been 18 months since Jason and Philippa transformed their 19th century chateau in France's Loire Valley into an upmarket B&B.
Best things about living here is you've got your own boss. There's no ties, you know. So we do as we please. You get up in the morning, and all you need to do is look outside and think, doesn't get any better than this, really.
They've also had a new addition to the family. Baby Verity was born in October.
She's such a little cutie, the baby, and obviously all parents say that about their children, but we just are really loving being parents. It just makes our life complete, really, having a family here. Are you going to put that on her?
Yeah. Well, since Verity came along, I think that has sort of put things into perspective here and does really make you think, well, actually, nothing else matters at all. She is the number one.
On top of looking after Verity, they've also had the challenge of setting up their new B&B business, maintaining 30 acres of land, and a huge chateau with no outside help.
It's been hard work, and sometimes it's not obvious to people how much work it is because of the size of the place. Everything just takes so long.
It's going to take me probably about 3 weeks just collecting leaves. We kind of figured it was going to be a lot of work, but I don't think we quite realised how much work.
They're now closed for winter, but after a busy summer, how are their finances?
We just about broke even for our first year, which isn't too bad for our first year in business. We're still under quite a bit of pressure to make it work here because we have invested quite a bit of money, so we need to see a return on that investment.
They have yet to pay back the original £65,000 they borrowed to do up the chateau, but Philippa and Jason still have plenty of ideas on how to attract more guests and increase revenue.
We feel if people are staying more than a couple of days, they really would prefer to have a pool. So we feel it's important for our business, so we're going to borrow some more money to put the pool in this winter. It's going to cost about £25,000 to do it.
Following the success of their own special day at the chateau, they're hoping to corner the lucrative wedding market and are redecorating the twin room.
We'll make it into a honeymoon suite and we'll put a 4-poster bed in there and just make it look really nice, and maybe that'll attract the obvious honeymooners.
This room has fabulous views out over the park there. And the sun comes in these windows, it's lovely up here.
And they've also got plans to turn the old stables into an exclusive wedding reception venue.
Bring the windows down. Or do you want to keep it more private at the back?
I think the view that way is possibly nicer than it is this way.
Obviously, we had our wedding here. It was fantastic. There's no reason why we can't achieve that for anybody else who wants to have a wedding here.
Their dream to hold weddings at the chateau will require a large investment.
Get some stuff from this
Let's get some pastries.
pastries.
Bonjour, monsieur.
But for now, Philippa and Jason are enjoying the simple life.